Hi,
Hi, my name,
and we were in studio
We were in studio.
at the Oasis
with Lady Tridents.
Powered by Dasani.
studying for Dasani Flavored Water. Hi, welcome to In Studio at the Oasis with Lady Tridents. Today in the hot seat, we have Tazieo and Mario. Introduce yourselves.
My name is Zerly, former assistant coach at the Lady Tridents. Mario Hart, former head coach at the Lady Tridents.
So let's just jump right in and tell everyone about your immersion into sport, into football.
Well, for me, growing up in the playing, sport is everywhere. Sports is everywhere. So, and I have the people would say the village cricket, the kick around in the street or in a pasta, football, put two slippers, two rocks, yeah, go a bar. School at Wilton College Primary, very sports oriented school. In terms of football, I would have raised from playing at school, playing in community, and then moving on. Had a coach in the area, me and Porzoli called. He was coaching at soccer school. He told my grandmother to bring me down, and that is how we got involved in the club football. Alright, so for me, similar, same community vibe. I would have been playing various sports, cricket, football, scrimmage. My introduction to football was through a friend, Joe Bendis. He just got me into playing for the club, Eden Sirs, and it just snowballed.
How did you then become coaches?
I wasn't keen on coaching per se. However, I would have had a string of injuries, so I spent a lot of time when sailing. Instead of sulking and just being there, I just picked the coaches, Brad Richard Ford, Crocker Gardner. Just got interest from there. Well, for me, was in the BDS sports program at the time, and the opportunity came up for some of the guys to work at in player summer camp. At the time, I just saw it as an opportunity to get off base and get some free time. um, I actually enjoyed it. And the following year, the opportunity came for some of us to work. Well, one, and I was selected to work at a National Sports Council summer camp, and that is when I really started to, get a love for coaching and the youngsters.
Why women football?
My first chance to coach is when I had first stretch the license. I would have went to a session, the men's national team, I think, and then the ladies trainer after that, or yeah, I think the trainer after that. And I just hung around. I just jumped in the session, well, with permission, obviously, and I enjoy it. Going back to my BDF days, I was at a point where I felt it was time for me to move on. So obviously, I was looking for my next step, my next job, and UE reached out to me, Mr. Butcher. UE wanted a Premier League title, and they wanted a job. So, so I moved to UE, and at the time, the opening was to assist with the women's team and to coach the women's team. So that is how I got involved in coaching the women. It was a kind of learn on the job experience, but no regrets because I think it built the foundation there to carry on and make career, especially coaching females.
What did you enjoy most about coaching the lady trainer?
For sure they challenge you. You got characters like Ashni, Aka, Shani. Even some of the younger ones like that. Like you can't just freestyle around them. You gotta know what you're talking about. And if you don't know, you gotta point out and then come back to them when they ask questions. It's the challenge of being able to improve as a coach, improve them as well as players is what I enjoy. For me, the most enjoyable thing about coaching the traders, it's just giving players belief and seeing that things come into fruition and showing that they can actually do stuff, and the reaction when they realize like, oh, I could do this, I could really do this, is a good feeling.
The two of you would have been with the Lady Tridents for about 3 years. What is your most memorable moment as coaches?
And let's go back to the game against Panama in Panama. Just the stadium alone, it was like, just an international feeling. I think, although some of the girls were probably like shell shocked at first, how we were able to hold out Panama scoreless for how long? Like
41 minutes.
41 minutes. Like forget it. And Panama, if you do your research on Panama, you would see play in the World Cup.
Yeah, for sure.
A World Cup team, and we were able to really hold them out for 41 minutes at their home. So for me, that was a memorable moment for sure.
I'm following on from that. For me too, seeing their coach, body jacket, body sweater, going berserk. I know he had to be telling himself like, how this team keeping shit on holding out. Yeah, to be fair, they had majority of the possession, yeah, but the girls were really disciplined. Obviously, when they eventually scored, it came from a technical breakdown, and it was just the overall game and how they approached it. Even when we were down, they had girls putting themselves on the line, and we with the discussions before today when I get back to the my phone was going crazy. Like we lost that game, and people were still wondering who's this number 9, who's this number 7. I never saw her before, and I feel like if we can get more of that, they'll be better off.
The Lady Tridents would have just completed a campaign called the Road to W World Gold Cup. This would have been the first put on by CONCACAF. Walk us through the preparation for that campaign, how you as coaches felt they performed over the course of that campaign. Tazieo, you go first.
So it was something that Mario said even at training. He just switched. He was like, no, type of harlot than be better than this. And it just took off from there. So it would have been a lot of physical training with Mr. Grant. A lot of technical sessions. We would have worked on tactics as well. The technical and the tactical side brought out a lot in the young girls as well. It's just to move forward from there with continuity. I just go from there and I go to the next coach, builds on that and just don't scrap everything. And need to try that shit.
Preparation, it was as good as it could have gotten. Obviously, you would have hoped it could have been better. Had some spells where we weren't able to use the turf, and I think in total, we probably used the turf less than 10 times in our total preparation. So that in itself was a challenge. But I do hand it to the girls for coming on board with when we brought on Mr. Grant for the physical aspect and the physical training. I found that they didn't shy away from that. It's unfortunate I could have started earlier, but hopefully, as Tazieo mentioned, going forward, the next coach should be able to really get the resources and the backing to really put a program in place that would not just be a few weeks or couple months before the competition, but maybe like a 6 months plus of solid every week, so that the girls could become the best self.
Okay, you just mentioned about the resources and the backing. Would you consider that a limitation? And are there other limitations?
Yes, because for example, we will prepare. Realistically, the best players on island are in the national team. So outside of that group, it will be hard for females for us to probably get a practice game on island. So ideally for us to play international friendlies. So what happens is we go into games and fun. Exactly. So it's like patching as we go along. You can't really do that in international football, so it is a limitation.
Tazieo, so what are some of the things you would like to introduce to the women national program?
Well, to be honest, he was talking about the lack of competition. So having a solid female league, even if we start with a lower amount of teams, the competition needs to be high. that would feed into the program. As some of our coaches said, iron sharpens iron. They could only get better. Um, Obviously, infrastructure, funding, and support from everybody, from schools, with something that the clubs as well. I think they need to do better. In terms of their training, and it will. I don't want to get too deep, but because we could be here all day, and it's just a matter of taking it to the next step. And if you can't go to the next step, let somebody else go.
We can come back to that. But before we get there, another thing that was mentioned is that a lot of the national players are on island. I know the senior men national team, they had access to about 10 internationals for the male version of the Road to W Gold Cup. Is it that you as coaches didn't see the need for outside help, or was that not available to you? What happened there?
There are a number of players overseas showing interest in playing the Warriors, and the FA is aware of that. From my understanding, the battle is with the paperwork. For some reason, I don't know if it is that to get citizenship is harder for Barbados and other territories, because I know of other Caribbean islands that were able to fast track and get players to come and play for them less than a month. So I think it's something that the FA and probably government has to sit down and look at, because if we want to take the next step, we need the help. Our pool of players is small, as you know, so you need that we get that assistance from those outside of Barbados.
Tazieo, you mentioned just now
If you can't do the job, let somebody else.
pass it on to somebody else.
Oh, pass it on, but you remove yourself and you let somebody else out of the
The
program.
both of you recently resigned at the end of the campaign. Was that the feeling that influenced your decision?
That was one of the feelings. It's not that we felt inadequate, but it was a situation where it was repetitive and you keep meeting that wall, couldn't go over that hump. And after assessing the situation, all the pros and cons, it was like this is not going to get any better. I there's nothing salacious or like people would call out the owner money. Or, like, it was nothing like that. It was just being honest with yourself and knowing that you can do the girls a disservice if you just keep doing the same thing over and over. You might find one or two new players like Sean did, and you can just do the same thing over and over, to be honest. And they deserve better than that. So that was pretty much a situation.
Same for you, Mario?
For me, in my coaching, I need to give my players high energy, and they need to be motivated to get the best out of them. They deserve that. And for me, I don't believe in doing the same thing over and over just because. So maybe another coach should be able to come in and get more with less. But for me, I feel as though I need more. I need friendlies. I need the players to be happier, for me to get more over them at this point. And I feel as though I have reached the ceiling with the group and I can't take them any further. So I think the fair thing and the honest thing to do will be to step away, and hopefully next person coming in, they may come and get more resources and be able to take the team further. So that is my reason basically.
So to wrap up the interview now, I want you know to give them some words of encouragement moving forward.
And so I just want to say to you, always remain coachable and don't do no funny stuff. No weird stuff.
Yes, well, for me, first, I want to say thank you for being an important part of my coaching journey so far. And I just want to wish you all the best, and know that I'll always be here to support in any way that I can. So you can reach out to me anytime. And all the best to whoever becomes the new coach. And just know that you have a great group who is willing to learn and full of ability. And I want you to take them to the next step.
Thank you, Tazieo. Thank you, Mario.